Dang, chat, it looked like I ain't never been stressed out. Hold on, chat. I ain't never been stressed. Come on now. Peep the eye creases. Peep the eye crease. It ain't really there like that. No bags for real. Welcome back to the Stanley Live Show. Today is gonna be chat, and we are reacting to a video from the one, the only, the homie. Aethetics Warning. Why does Gen Z look so old? Who? First of all, I'm nothing but the finest of shit. Am I Gen Z? I am. To determine if you're a part of Gen Z, you need to have been born between 1997 and 2012. That's a range, gang. I'm overly 2000. I was born 2000. What is y'all's? Y'all are all like Gen X, right? Like, I'm the only Gen Z inside of here, right? Like, y'all are all like jits and stuff like that, right? Like, no way y'all are adults.
If you look at these
I'm baiting.
Chances are you're
I'm
thinking,
baiting,
okay, well,
I'm
they're obviously
baiting.
in their mid-30s.
Look at you, look at
no.
you, look at 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 y'all, 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 look, get it together.
They're in their 20s, and these photos are taken from a cast of...
Nah, I'm Gen 5 with a Switch? Get the bench! And don't shoot me for it. Yo, juvenile correction facilities immediately. My goodness, I'm Gen 5 with a Switch.
Of a dating show in the UK called Love Island, where allegedly attractive people, usually in their 20s, go out and date and get in drama and stuff. And many people online were starting to discuss, why does Gen Z look so old? Now,
I don't comment on people's looks because cameras can be anything. You feel me? Cameras don't necessarily translate to how you look online. I'm pretty sure you get hella hoes. I'm pretty sure you mad tough and girls probably be hella on your meat. I feel like you kind of not the one to make this video, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I don't like not to say nothing wrong with being old. Shit, I'm old. I got some wrinkles and stuff right here. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like you not necessarily. I feel like maybe if you're like you, how do I say this without sounding like I'm hating? I feel like you're included in what we're discussing. I feel like we're including, like, I feel like this is a very inclusive conversation. I'm in the conversation, you in the conversation overly, and everybody else is also in the conversation.
I think the elephant in the room in this example is that they've done a lot of cosmetic surgery, a lot of Botox and filler. It's pretty obvious, right? And I think that's got something to do with it. Gen Z definitely is more...
Chat, y'all notice my mustache implant? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being stupid. Let me start the video. I'm sorry.
More likely to get cosmetic surgery compared to previous generations at a younger age. And I think this causes an effect where you kind of assume someone that has a lot of Botox or lip filler to be in their 30s trying to look younger. You know, people have like a file in their brain for what this type of woman is, and it's usually a woman that is, you know, late 30s trying to look like she's in her 20s. And the actual visual difference between someone with lots of lip filler and Botox in their 30s and 20s is pretty much the same look.
Respectfully,
you know, I met an individual with more lip filler than I've been accustomed to. And you know what, bro? On Instagram, looks fire. Fire on Instagram. In person, it's a tad bit jarring. Now, it might just be because obviously I'm not running into it that much. In person, it's a little bit, you know, she still look good though. You know what I'm saying? But, tight shit.
you look like you're pushing 45. Stop getting filler.
She was
or
bad.
Botox,
She's bad.
Whatever you have, it looks so bad. 45? I get like, okay, maybe like late 20s, 30s.
How old she look, chat? How old she look? I'm pausing the hell out of this video. I am so sorry, YouTube. Chat, how old does she look? I say
22. Yeah, shocker.
So a lot of...
Oh, she did not look 22. capper, white shirt, blonde hair, jersey number 5. Out of here. 2 years on her. 2. Yeah, she not 22.
Girls that get a lot of work done in their 20s, you put them in the box of women in their 30s trying to look younger. But there's a lot more to this. If you look at a lot of Gen Z, they seem to be developing wrinkles and signs of aging in their skin more early than others, both men and women. And in this cast of Love Island, lip filler and all that aside, there's definitely some signs of aging going on, like there's wrinkles on the face, in the under eye area, nasolabial folds, crow's feet. This isn't something you can hand wave away by saying, oh, they just look more mature because they present themselves more mature. This is the actual structure of the face being older. A lot of people do that in discussions of why people look older or younger. They kind of attribute it just to, you know, the hair and the...
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm in my 30s and I don't look that old. Speak on it. I was gonna say, like, I'm not gonna lie, especially with the examples that he just brought up right here, that has to be the consequence of some type of action. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but you gotta understand me. Like, you don't look the way they do without doing something to yourself early on. Like, I don't know what your battles are, what you're addicted to. It's just, you don't have that look and that not lifeless, that's a little crazy. That, damn, bro, talking about looks on the internet is wild, bro, because how do I make myself not sound like a hater? Yo, if you pull up on me, I'll fold. I'm ugly as shit compared to you. Date me. Okay, cool. Now that I protected myself. Nah, I just feel like if you look like an older version of Chop before anything even happened for real, you have to be like addicted to something, going through some type of trauma. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is a consequence of some type of action. You don't get this normally.
Clothes and so on. Isolate just the face and you can see definite signs of aging. I've noticed this with a lot of people in Gen Z, and even Gen Z themselves are noticing, why are we aging so quick compared to millennials?
What's good, Hitty?
I believe this has to do with stress. Now,
appreciate that first time chat, boy.
This has a very significant impact on making your skin age faster and get damaged. Stress creates cortisol, and cortisol reduces your skin collagen.
Dang, chat, it looked like I ain't never been stressed out. Hold on, chat. I ain't never been stressed. Come on now. Peep the eye creases. Peep the eye crease. It ain't really there like that. No bags for real. No bags for real. Like, this don't count. This just skin. This don't count as a bag. Chill. Chill. That don't count as bags. Come on now. Come on. Double chin check. Damn! Don't make me pull this shirt off either. Who Gen Z looking old? Who Gen Z looking old? Who you convincing?
The thing that actually makes your skin young. Being exposed to more cortisol has a whole bunch of negative health effects. It literally makes your entire body age. It's not just the skin. And a lot of studies have shown that Gen Z have much higher rates of stress and other symptoms of poor mental health. And I know boomers are going to like come in and like furiously type at their keyboards, oh, it's just being told that they're stressed, that they're just creating problems out of nothing.
Chat, y'all
really,
stressed?
I don't think that is the case. I think Gen Z are genuinely more stressed than millennials. The general amount of just ambient stress in society, I think, has really escalated since around 2000.
Right. But all of that stress could go away if you just get you to some money. Just get to some money. You get what I'm saying? You want to help the homeless with some money. You know what I'm saying? You want to donate with some money. You feel me? You can't afford a house, well, go get some money. You feel what I'm saying? I can't pay for school. I can't further my education. I can't travel the world without money. Get to some money. Nah, I'm joking. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like facts, but it's because it's difficult to gain those things that this is a problem. I don't want to actually come off as arrogant or ignorant. I'm so sorry. But like, money can't help. But that's not the actual whole part of the intricacies of the situations and stuff like that. Please don't cancel me. Oh my God.
10. Think about what it's like going to school today. You're being exposed to it's gonna stress you the fuck out. Men are trying to exploit women. Women are trying to exploit men. The world is going to end due to environmental reasons. Everyone's racist. Everyone's misogynist. You can't...
Who's racist? Chat, y'all racist? Yeah. Kinda. The first thing being yeah is crazy. We don't condone that on this side. We're very inclusive. You know what I'm saying? We very inclusive, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my, you know what I'm saying, ethnic people out there facing tribulations. There we go. That was funny as hell, though. I'm not gonna lie. Psych. That was a good joke out of you. That made me laugh, bro.
Trust women because they're gonna divorce you and take your money. Like, there's so much like
Depends is
societal
crazy.
strife that is just around today that I just don't think existed. And I haven't even gotten into
Not
like,
just
the
a little
financial
prejudice,
stuff,
real.
which is that the cost of a home is just continuing to get higher and higher, even when adjusting for inflation. So like costs of living are going up, and people know this. Like, people kind of see the writing on the wall. It's not a good sign. And people wonder why Gen Z is aging faster. Of course they're aging faster. Like, they're being stressed out of their mind. And I have a lot of sympathy for Gen Z, and I'm a millennial. I'm 31 myself. And whenever I meet someone,
I take back what I said at the beginning of the video. I was in the wrong. You look great for 31. That's about where I would assess you to be. I thought you were coming from a place of being within our age ranges. And when you were explaining it, I thought we were in this together. But you're obviously observing from the top. You get what I'm saying? As one of our elders. And that is fine. Okay, cool. Because quite honestly, that's a compliment to you because you have both a young, old look to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got like a young, old look to you because I thought you was one of us, but like old one of us, but one of us nonetheless. Tight shit.
in Gen Z, they always say, wow, you look so young. I think I've had a very stress-free life compared to most people. I've worked for myself my entire life, kind of get up when I want to, always get my 8 hours of sleep. The last time I cried, I think was like well over 10 years ago. So I think I'm a lot less stressed compared to the average
I cried watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
person. And really, I haven't even seen any sign of aging whatsoever. Like, I did a test for my health markers when I went to like some fancy gym, and according to my biomarkers, I'm biologically 20. So that's a good sign, right? Like, that kind of shows that if you have a nice, serene and chilled out environment for most of your life, things will go quite a bit better for you. I even got rid of my eye bags just recently, which I made a video about how I did it, which you can see if you become a channel member by clicking the join button.
W promo.
I think I, as an individual, has had a less stressful life than most people, but I think generationally, us millennials had it a bit better than Gen Z. When I was growing up and going through high school and stuff, we didn't really have any existential crisis, like, or any like societal strife that was, you know, dominating our mind, like the culture wars, the woke identity politics. There was just not much of that. But we were young enough that we didn't get stressed the fuck out by the Cold War, nuclear war stress that generations before had. So
here's what I'll say about this, like genuinely, like on my intellectual tip. The reason that I think that this isn't as much of a thing as, you know, prior is because I think a lot of the idea of stress comes from the lack of understanding perspective. And once you understand more perspective, the stress that you're initially going through, especially if you're somebody in a first world country, especially if you have the ability to be watching this stream or watching this video, it's a lot easier to digest the situation that you're going through. Not saying it's going to make your situation easier, but when you have perspective on things, it helps your situation become less stressful. For example, if there was some kid in a foreign country every day, he has to get up, hike up a mountain, get water, hike back down that mountain and come back every single morning. That in itself is more stressful than getting up and going in your car to work and then coming back from work afterwards. However, your brain is taking on the same mental capacity that the person who's hiking up that mountain is. You get what I'm saying? But if you have the perspective to understand that these two things are going on and the variation that you're going through is easier than the variation that he's going through, it will actually digress the amount of stress that you have going through your situation. I think a lot of current stress is more so the fact of having an overwhelming amount of information and not having an overwhelming amount of perspective once we get said information. So like being concerned with like the things of the world and what's going on, wars, famines, etc. And then that could also stress people out, but also just have a perspective on your loved ones, how your life is going, how the changes that you're having can impact the people who are going through those things. Whenever you do help just a little bit, it should genuinely ease the stress if you have that perspective. That's what I be saying. Whenever I go through anything like horrible, I could pop a tire in my whip, my house could flood, I could whatever, and then I'll be like, but my mom's straight though. It's just having perspective on like what actually matters versus like what doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
It was kind of like in the sweet spot where we kind of dodged the Cold War stuff and the woke identity politics stuff. We were kind of in that like nice sweet spot, which I think is a big reason why a lot of millennials literally look younger than Gen Z. And I think the woke stuff is way more like insidious to people's health than people even realize. Like, I think it goes over a lot of people's heads. The identity politics stuff in society really skyrocketed after 2008.
But what I can tell you, what is a fact, is that recruiters talk. And
I can smell that.
recruiters, like the majority of Canada, don't agree with you. Do you know what that means? Do you have any guesses? Any guesses what that means? What that means is that if you need a job, you might not get one. If you want to keep a job, you might not get to do that.
All right, I need her back up. Hey, man, if you guys don't think Gen Z is looking old, or if you think Gen Z is looking old, make sure you leave a comment. Comment twice. It helps me in the algo. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Peace.